Okay, so that was point 8. Point 9, pardon me. Now, point 10. In having love for the old husband, his love for the new husband is hindered. 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. And again, that was point 10. In having love for the old husband, the sin nature, the believer's love for the new husband, the Lord Jesus Christ, is hindered. 1 John chapter 2, verse 16. (15 and 16, I think. Okay. Here's the NIV in case you need it. Do not love the world or anything in the world. May agapate, here's the word agapao, to love. But instead of loving God, gate 5, you love something else. You love the cosmic system. So it says in the present active imperative, with the negative may, it does not just say do not love, it says stop loving the world. Stop doing it. And those who get out of fellowship and remain there for too long, you still love the world. If you love something, it takes away your thought, it takes away your time. And if you remain in the cosmic system, taking away your time and your thought, then you still love the world. And if you still love the world, meaning that you're still outside in the cosmic system too long, it means that you have less time to be inside the divine power sphere. If you remain too long inside the cosmic system, you're not remaining long enough in the divine power sphere, and therefore you're not advancing all the way to gate 5 of the divine power sphere. So it says stop loving don kosmon, from which we get cosmic system. Kosmon, from which we get cosmopolitan, cosmetics. The cosmos, it has to do with the word of order. It's not just order, but it's also, yes, the order as a system of Satan here in this world. It's not just the world as in the earth and all its people in it. It also has to do with the system. That's Satan. He is the ruler of this world, and therefore he has a genius system to control it. The cosmic system is the system that he has been using for centuries to control all humanity. Stop loving the cosmic system, and then Mayday, or the things in the sphere of cosmos, in the sphere of the cosmic system. So stop loving the cosmic system or the things in the cosmic system, the cosmic 1 and cosmic 2. And then the third class condition. If anyone, indefinite pronoun, if these agapa, if anyone loves the cosmic system. So agapa, present active subjunctive. If third class condition, maybe he does and maybe he doesn't. If anyone loves accusative direct object, the cosmic system. What? This is the protasis. Now we need the apodosis. If anyone loves the cosmic system, what? Hey agape, the love, tu patrus, for the Father, the objective genitive. This is personal love for God the Father, which begins at gate 5 of the divine power sphere, the first stage of spiritual adulthood, called spiritual self-esteem. This is the formation of the advanced problem-solving device, which is problem-solving device number 7, and consequently problem-solving device number 8. The love for the Father, uk estin, is not present active indicative of Amy, is third person singular. The love for the Father is not, it's in the present tense, is currently not in you, and plus autos, in you, in your thinking. So if you love the cosmic system, the love for the Father is not in him. Why is that? If you love the cosmic system too much, it means that you remain out in the cosmic system a little bit too much. And if you remain out in the cosmic system a little bit too much, it means that you're not in the divine power sphere enough. If you're not in the divine power sphere enough, you're not advancing all the way to gate 5, and it's as simple as that. In verse 16, and then explains because all things, everything, all the things which are in the world, and now we have a list of things. Hey epitomia de sarkos, the last pattern of the sarkos, the flesh, the sin nature. This has to do with The lust knocking at the door. All the lusts, sexual lust, competition, inordinate competition, inordinate ambition, power lust, monetary lust, you name it. All the things that knock at the door, trying to get you out of the divine power sphere into the cosmic system. The lust of the flesh. And then we have gate 1, Kai, and the lust of the eyes. What is this? It has to do with arrogance. Gate 1 of cosmic 1. All those mental attitude sins having to do with arrogance. The arrogance complex of sins having to do with seeing yourself higher than what you are. Ophthalmon has to do with vision. Vision here has to do with arrogance. And to the extent that you're arrogant about yourself, you're arrogant towards doctrine. I mean, you're blind towards doctrine. To the extent that you see yourself high about yourself, you will start becoming blind towards doctrine. So this is what we call blindness or darkness of the soul. Beginning at gate 1 of cosmic 1. So what do we have? The lust pattern of the sin nature and the lust of the eyes, arrogance of the eyes. Kai alatsoneia, this is the arrogant pattern of bio, of life. This has to do with all the other gates in gate 1, in cosmic 1. And the arrogant pattern of life. So, verse 16 again. Because everything that's in the world, the lust of the flesh, of the sin nature, and the lust of the eyes. This is arrogance about yourself. Cosmic 1, gate 1, cosmic 1. And the arrogant pattern of life has to do with all the other gates of cosmic 1. And now, what about them? Is not present, active, indicative, is a gnomic present for a general timeless fact. All these things are not part of the system of God. Is not out from the source of the Father. Ek plus these. Genitive, ablative of source, of pathos. Out from the source of the Father. These things do not come from the Father, they come from Satan. Are not from the source of the Father, but ek plus, again, the genitive, ablative of source, from the source of cosmo, the world. So it is not from the source of the Father, but it is present, active, indicative, is also a gnomic present, giving you a general timeless fact. All these things, regardless of the dispensation, regardless of the generation, regardless of how advanced we are, and it's 2026, we're advanced and all that, it doesn't matter. All these things are from the cosmic system. Times might change, but the cosmic system might change a little bit, but arrogance is always going to be arrogance. It's always going to be part of the cosmic system. Okay? And because we need to hurry up, I'm just going to read verse 17. The cosmic system and its desires, its lusts, pass away. But the one who does the will of God remains forever. Now, what does this mean? What if you're a believer, you do not do the will of God? You remain forever too, but the one who does the will of God is investing in things for eternity. These are the blessings of Hope 3. So, the cosmic system is going to pass away. When you're in heaven, you're not going to feel those lusts that you feel right now. All those desires, all those pettiness that you have. You're not even going to be close to feeling them. And all these things that you give so much importance to, and the opinion of other people, and the opinion of other men, and the opinion of other women, they're going to pass away. It's all going to be futile. But the one who does the will of God remains forever. You're going to be on the historical records as one of those that advance all the way to gate 8 in the divine power sphere. Okay, let's finish this up. That was point 10. Remember, this is pretty simple. If you remain too long in the cosmic system, you're not going to arrive at gate 5 of the divine power sphere. Point 11. Therefore, any love that he claims to have in his post-salvation life is still a bastard son, a son of the cosmic system, of the sin nature. That's point 11. That's why Paul says, I'm testing the legitimacy of your love. I don't think this is very difficult to understand. Look at all the Christians that are not advancing, or they're somewhere in spiritual infancy, how much they talk about love, and how much they try to apply love, how much they give lip service to love. Is it a love? Is it a legitimate child? Is it a product of God? Well, if they're not advancing by means of doctrine every day under the right pastor, if they don't use 1 John 1:9, you bet it is a bastard child, that love that they claim. Oh my gosh, how dare you say that about Christians? I've seen some wonderful Christians. You might not really know what wonderful is. All right, let me just continue. Point 12. But the Corinthians have recovered and are near the stage of spiritual adulthood, where divine love in the believer is said to be born, a legitimate child. A legitimate child meaning that it is your child, but it is a child of God. You've allowed, you as the right woman, you've allowed God to make love to you, and now that love is born. This love is a product of your intimacy with God. He makes love to you, you are known by God, and in gate 5, that child is born. Point 13. Being financially affluent, the act of giving becomes a spiritual test for the Corinthians to see how they apply the doctrine of kenosis. 2 Corinthians 8:9. So, how is this, what does this have to do with love? Well, are you able to apply the doctrine of kenosis? Do you trust still your gimmicks or your money? Or do you trust God? Many times trusting God has to do with love. To the extent that you love his essence, you have great confidence in his essence. So again, point 13, being financially affluent, the act of giving becomes a spiritual test for the Corinthians to see how they apply the doctrine of kenosis. 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 9. Point 14. Furthermore, it becomes a test of not just knowing the doctrine of logistical grace, but loving the doctrine of logistical grace. 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verses 10 to 15. We've gone over these past lessons. Point 15. Furthermore, it is not just a test of loving the doctrine of logistical grace for one's own life, but for the life of others. Herein comes in the doctrine of impersonal love. So, you love the doctrine of logistical grace for your own life? That's personal love for God the Father. But do you love it for other people? Do you allow yourself to be used as an instrument so that the principle of balance in the doctrine of logistical grace can be achieved in other people? If you do, well, you might be demonstrating some impersonal love here. Again, point 15. Furthermore, it is not just a test of loving the doctrine of logistical grace for one's own life, but for the life of others. Point 16. Herein lies the gauge that will demonstrate to Paul whether they have personal love for God the Father and impersonal love for all mankind. Do you see now the connection? Is it starting to make sense? Point 17. And having personal love for God the Father, also in personal love for all mankind is inevitably formed. 1 John chapter 4, verses 19 to 21. So, why is this important? Because if you form that problem-solving device number 7 in gate 5, it inevitably starts forming impersonal love. If you love God, you start having impersonal love towards people. And it says, verse 19, we love because he first loved us. Well, it's not talking about we love anyone, we just simply love. We love, problem-solving device number 7, because he first loved us. He poured in that love into you. Verse 20, whoever claims to love God yet hates his brother or sister is a liar. A liar about what? About loving God. If you love God, you're going to start loving the brother and the sister. Why does it mention the Christian and not just all humanity? Because Christians sometimes are more difficult to love than unbelievers. They're much more petty, much more obnoxious and noxious. They make an issue out of themselves. Just for several reasons, they're much more difficult to love. And we have to love them as well. Impersonal love. Not personal. Remember, there's nothing personal to love in them. But impersonally, then becomes easier. You love God, it should become a little bit easier to love this obnoxious Christian impersonally. And then it explains, for whoever does not love their brother and sister whom they have seen cannot love God whom they have not seen. And then verse 21, and this is, and he has given this command. And we have this, tautein and tolin, we have this command from him, apo, autu, from him. And then hina of content, but it gives you the content of the command, that ho agapon, articular participle, the one who loves, who, accusative direct object of theon, the one who loves God, problem solving device number 7, at gate 5 of the divine power sphere. The one who loves God, and then what is it? The main verb here, present active subjunctive of agapao, must love. Kai, also adjunctive kai, must love. The accusative direct object of adelphos, plus the possessive genitive of autus, must love the brother of his brother is another Christian. So this is the mandate. The one who loves God must love his brother. Not by force, but if you love God, is incidentally and inevitable that you're going to love your brother impersonally, even though sometimes it's very, very difficult and you might not feel like you have any of that impersonal love. Just remain in the system. Continue using 1 John 9 and learning Bible doctrine.